Welcome to Faith in Vegas, presented by KEEN TV 17, a program to inspire and inform our viewers about the unique community in which we live.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Faith in Vegas. I'm your host, David Lee, and thank you for joining us here. This is an amazing show. We have an awesome guest today. She is Lori McNamara. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lori.
Yay, thank you.
Thank you for
nice
being
to
on
be
the
here.
show. Lori, you have this, you're the founder of 320 Ministries.
Yes.
Now, what is 320 Ministries?
What is it? Well, 320 Ministries is a senior ministry to those that are in assisted living centers. I'll tell you a little of my story and how it all began. My husband and I were married in 2008, and just 5 months into our marriage, our church was asked by a senior home to bring church into their home for their residents. So my husband and I volunteered to do worship for them. Yeah. And about 2 weeks into it, my pastor asked my husband to lead it. Now, my husband had never preached a day in his life. He was in a band, country band, was a musician. Yeah. But we said yes. And wow. So from that point on, we would go into these homes every single Sunday and do a church service for them. A whole full-blown church service. It was music, it was a sermon, communion, everything that they needed. And we've been doing it, or I've been doing it ever since. So it's been 9 years this year.
And you do that here in Las Vegas?
I do it in Las Vegas, yes.
Where exactly?
We actually started at Heritage Springs Assisted Living Center through our church. It was our church ministry. Yeah. And in 2014, my husband passed away, and I felt compelled to continue it on, but to actually expand the ministry. And so I started the nonprofit 320 Ministries in hopes to encourage others to do the same and get the word out about the need for people to actually go into these homes, because these seniors are not able to get out. They are in the homes, in wheelchairs, in walkers, and no one to take them. They don't have, rides to every church on Sunday morning. So we come and bring it to them every Sunday. Wow. And we play their music, things that they're used to hearing, the old hymns, not the new contemporary songs, but things that they grew up with, the old rugged cross. And
no drums.
No drums. Well, once in a while, actually, we bring in a full gospel band to do some amazing songs for them, because they like to have the fun music as well. Yeah. But it's very traditional in some respects, and so I've been doing that ever since.
So where did the name 320 Ministries come from?
Well, that's kind of a fun story. When I first met my husband, Jimmy, I had actually, before I met him, I had made this list out to God about what I wanted in a husband. And it was a handyman, a musician. I had a whole list of, if you give me a husband, this is what I want. And when I met my husband, he was more than what was on that list. And there was a verse in the Bible that says, Ephesians 3:20, now unto him who is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think. He is more than what we ask for. And my husband, Jimmy, was more than what I asked for. So when he proposed, I knew in my mind, actually before he proposed, I was going to get married on 3/20, March 20th, because of that verse. So it was a funny story is he asked me to marry him, and I said, well, when are you thinking of getting married? And he said, in the spring. And I did not know this until he died, but the first day of spring is March 20th. I did not know that. And I told him 3:20. And so we would always call things in our life that were amazing God moments, 320 moments, because there's always something that God would do that was greater than what we could even imagine. So when we had talked about kind of expanding the ministry for the seniors, 320 Ministries was the name we had chosen. Actually long before he passed away. We just sat on it, didn't do anything with it, but it was always in the back of our mind. So when he passed away, I grabbed the name and started the ministry, and that's how it all started.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's go back just a little bit, and I hope it's not too personal. How did he, propose?
How did he propose? Nothing great. It wasn't anything fancy. It was just, we were just sitting, talking on the couch, and it was really kind of cool because we both knew that there was something in our marriage. It wasn't just, dating, getting to know someone and falling in love. It was like we knew God had a purpose for bringing us together. And it was very short. We met in October, engaged December, married March 20th. It was very short. But we both knew God had a plan. We didn't quite know what it was until we started the senior ministry. And we always talked about that. We said, this is what we we're meant to be doing together. So when God took him away, I had a hard time with that at first. I was like, okay, I thought this is what you had us doing, and now he's gone. So what am I supposed to do? But in my heart, I knew I was supposed to continue it, because the ministry is to seniors, but it's also to a bunch of widows, and they are mostly widows in these homes, women that have lost their husbands. So it was a perfect place for me, because I lost my husband. So now they ministered to me just as much as I could minister to them. Yeah. So it's been a good thing, and God's causing it to grow, and the need, and show other people the need, and people are coming alongside me, and it's becoming a fun ministry as well, and it's a good thing.
So did you and your husband come up with the vision and the mission prior to him leaving?
We did, actually, we did. And there's a book here I can tell you about, too, that we had talked about, like I said, starting at the nonprofit. We weren't going to start it here in Vegas. We were actually going to move back home to my home state, Minnesota, so we hadn't even considered doing it here. But he had written notes to what's in this book, Bringing Church to the Elderly, about the seniors and about running a ministry. And he had just left me copies, and I was able to put it together and form a book out of it. And he had actually probably done that 6 months before he went home to be with the Lord. So I can see that God was just directing everything and preparing for him to go home to him, and for this ministry to continue.
Now, if I may ask, was his passing a sudden thing?
Yes, unexpected. Woke up one morning, he wasn't feeling well, and I came home from work, and he already went home. So totally unexpected, was not prepared. No one was prepared. In fact, my husband had a lot of followers on Facebook, and was shocked. The community was very shocked at what had happened. In fact, his last words on Facebook were, "I'm not feeling well. Everyone take care of take care of each other." Basically, is what he said. His last words. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So it's been a struggle.
Yeah.
It's been good. I'm seeing God work through his death and open up doors I never thought he'd open up. It's not been fun. It's been a trial, and it's been hard and difficult and sad, but I can't keep moving forward either. I'll tell you, people that lose someone, you want to keep busy. You want to stay focused. You want to not just sit back and get sad and depressed. You want to keep moving and do things for other people. Yeah. So the day he died on a Thursday, and Sunday I was back at that senior home, because I needed to be around these women that had lost their husbands, and I've been there ever since. And they, like I said, they ministered to me just as much as I can minister to them.
Yeah, okay, one more question before we go. I know we have to take a break soon, but I want to know, like, when you read his books, his notes and stuff, did it feel like he was telling you something throughout his notes? Like, did it feel like there were like hidden messages or anything like that? Was he
I don't know if it was like he was talking to me, but I think God was, because the interesting thing was I was actually editing his notes. And he didn't realize this, but the night before he passed away, we were sitting on the couch talking to each other, and he asked me to hurry up and finish editing his notes, because he wanted to run copies, staple them, and hand them out to other people to get an understanding of what we did. And I'm like, in the background, I'm thinking, no, he doesn't know this, but I've got a friend that I want to do graphics, so I'm going to make a book out of it, and he didn't realize that. And this was the night before he died. So after he passed away, I kind of put it on the shelf for a little bit, but I was able to find all these interesting other notes on his computer. So I don't know that it was him, but I feel like God was showing me some other stuff. I found little stories of some of the seniors that we had relationships with that he had written. So I was able to put those in the book. And yeah, so it became a God story. Just putting the whole book together, more than I could have even imagined. 3:20 again.
That is awesome.
Yeah, yes.
And on that, we can take a break. We'll be right back, guys. We'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you for sticking around, because we're having so much fun. I'm talking with Lori McNamara. Lori, oh my goodness, you have an amazing story. And I see that you have some stuff here, Bringing the Church to the Elderly. Tell me about this book.
The book is an instructional book, basically, of if somebody wants to start a church in a senior home. This book is very handy. It talks about things that they might need, sound equipment, a room that they might want to hold it in, all the special needs of the elderly, such as having to bring them in walkers, sit them down, take their walkers out, all the interruptions you might have in a senior home. Because there are. Yeah. We've had people walk in front of us, get some coffee, walk out of a room. their phones ring, they answer them. You know, they're just they do what they do. It's not your typical church service. It's very fun.
Yeah.
So we talk about that. Just sermon topics, like what's important to them. It's not what we might hear in traditional church. It's loss. It's the death. It's loneliness. It's finances. What are they going to do? It's stuff like that. They're not concerned about a career. They're done with their careers. They're concerned about that and family. And a lot of them are left alone. They don't have any more family around. Their friends are gone. So it's speaking to their hearts about that as well, and about how God loves them and cares about them, and they still have purpose and meaning and what they can do with that. So the book goes through that. The book also shares little stories of residents that we've met that have now gone home to be with the Lord and are with my husband, which amazes me, is that there's stories about them.
Yeah, that's gotta be hard.
It's very hard, but it's good in the same way. I mean, I know that they're with him now. We have stories about one gentleman actually used to ice skate with Sonia Henney and met the Queen of England.
Wow.
And because they have some amazing stories. And there's another story in there, a little lady, Grace, who could sing beautifully. She was memory care, and she didn't remember anything, but she knew the hymns, and she would sing along to every hymn that we would sing.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. One guy was a cowboy actor. He's actually on a lot of the old TV shows doing cowboy parts. He's now since gone home to be with the Lord as well. So a lot of the stories like that are in there about them. And it's a great instructional, and it's a great motivator, and just kind of makes you feel what they felt as they lived. And very important just to get to know them and their families, and that's all in the book. Very short book, but packed with a lot of information.
You mentioned that a lot of the messages and topics in the sermon talks about loss.
Yes.
Now, that's got to be a common, like a big issue with that group.
It's very huge. And it's even, besides a lot of them are women. The men seem to pass first. In fact, several women have lost their husbands last year.
Wow.
And one lady lost her husband 3 weeks later, lost her grandson. But they also lose each other. They're in these senior homes, they get to know each other. We lost 2 ladies in the last couple weeks. And it wasn't just us, it was all the residents that live in that building too. So they see loss around them more than any of us probably do. And that's very important to speak that. And they're also ready to go home.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of them are like, why is one lady, she's so sweet. She's 98 years old, and she's always saying to me, why isn't he just taking me home? I've lived a good life, and so they wonder why God's left them. I'm like, well, you're here for your family, and you're here to keep praying, and you encourage us, and so they just need to know that there's still purpose for them. And they can pray, and they can do other things to encourage people. They don't need to feel. And I guess that's why I want churches to get inside these homes, to talk to them, to show them how important they are, because a lot of them are just left there. Their families drop them off, and they don't come visit anymore. And so the heart of that book is just getting people to be inspired to go in and minister to this, what I consider a mission field here in our own backyard. And one of the things I wanted to say too about that is a lot of the churches have ministries. They have kids ministry, men's ministry, women's ministry, high school ministry. Yeah. But I don't see a lot of senior ministry. I just see that we kind of contain what those ministries in our churches, and we might have a pastor that goes out every once in a while and meets with the elderly in a hospital or in a senior home, but we actually go in every single Sunday, and we become part of their family. And we don't just do church with them, we do their celebrations, their birthdays, we do July 4th, we'll go out there with them and do, set off fireworks, we'll do Christmas programs with them, Christmas services, Christmas celebrations, just having a fun party. I did an event recently on 3/20, which is my wedding anniversary. Every 3/20 I go into a senior home and throw a party. We do a barbecue. Yeah. And this last one was a night at the Grand Ole Opry, so I brought in about 6 friends of mine that were professional singers that did Dolly and Reba, and Garth Brooks was amazing, and Elvis and John, and we just did a big show for them. So it was a lot of fun. And they need that too, because they can't get out and go to a show on the Las Vegas Strip. They really can't do that. They are where they are. And so we bring entertainment to them, we bring church to them, we bring the love of God to them. That's the purpose behind 320 Ministries.
Wow. Oh man. So you mentioned that a lot of them look forward to passing on. Is there do they have an interesting sense of humor about that? Like, Jane's gone.
Funny that you said, I don't know if it's humor, they're just ready, which is really shocking to me. I don't see that a lot, None of us are ready to go, but they're like, I'm ready. I want to see my husband. I want to see my family. And I kind of get that a little bit because when my husband passed away, I was like, okay, I'm good. You can take me now. You know?
Yeah.
And I can understand that feeling. And I suppose if you've lost a lot of family, I can see that. And it's not a sad thing for them. They're ready. They really are to be with their family, to be with the Lord. I think is the biggest thing. It's like, well, I'm ready to go home. I want to see him face to face.
Yeah. So, oh my goodness, that is.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just and they're that close. That's the thing about when I say about the mission fields. They are right there on the edge of eternity. Is kind of what I call it. They're an amazing generation, but they're right there, ready to go home. So. Yeah,
you're kind of like sending them off.
Yes. Funny you said. That's kind of how it is. And when they go, it's like we know where they're at. It's like they've left here for there, and it's really unique. A unique ministry. I think it's really important too. So it's my hope and prayer to see others get involved in it and have a heart for it. And I know there's struggles with it and difficulties, and probably why some people don't want to go is because they are so close to saying goodbye.
Wow. But you know what? On that note, I'm going to send them off into commercial land. So hang in there. We'll be right back with Lori McNamara.
January 2008, Pastor Jimmy and Lori McNamara answered a call.
Our church was asked by a nearby senior center if we could hold Christian services for their residents at their facility. Our pastor soon after asked my husband Jimmy if he would lead the services.
The following Sunday, Jimmy preached his first sermon ever.
And from that point forward, our lives would never be the same.
Hearts were lifted, souls comforted. And 6 years later, 320 Ministries International was born, founded upon Ephesians 3:20.
Our purpose is simply to bring church to the elderly. They are often a forgotten generation. Many are left in these senior homes without a lot of contact by their family, and they have no means to get themselves to church, so we bring it to them. And more than church, we're there for their holidays and other special occasions. We become a part of their family. I want to see others do the same, and our ministry is here to help and to encourage them to do that. All you need are volunteers passionate about loving and serving these beautiful elderly people.
The challenge comes when you have to say goodbye, even for Lori's husband, Jimmy.
The hardest part of this ministry is saying goodbye. 320 Ministries was our dream, and I knew after he passed away that I had to carry on that dream. And I know that even though he's not here in the flesh, what he left behind and the message he shared will continue on through 320 Ministries.
320 Ministries International, born out of need, driven by hope, faith, and love.
And we're back. Oh my goodness. Lori, thanks for sticking with us. You have some amazing stories of stories. I'm sure, and I know there's another one because there's something we haven't spoken about yet. It's the CD.
The CD, yes.
What is the CD?
The CD is called Hymns That Take Me Home. It's 12 hymns that the old, done in the 1800s, 1900s, that the seniors grew up with. And one of the things I found was that they didn't listen to the contemporary stuff that we hear in churches or on the radio. They want to hear what they grew up with in church. And it was really important for me to have the CD done for them. In fact, my husband and I talked about it the last year that he was alive, and we were working on it, putting 12 songs together for them. Unfortunately, he passed away before we could complete it, and none of them, except for 2 songs, were worthy to put on a CD. So I actually had some friends, musicians, that got together with me and helped me finish the CD of 12 songs. And I have a really cool God story behind it. June of 2014, just several months before my husband passed away, I had a dream. And in this dream, I was hearing my voice singing a hymn and hearing people sing along with it, some of the elderly. So I went down, I saw a room full of elderly people singing along to a hymn that I was singing on the CD. At the time, the CD did not exist. And I wrote this dream down, and I'm not big on a dream thing, but I just thought, I gotta write this down for some reason. I wrote it down, and a year later, maybe even longer than that, before or after I'd finished the CD, I went into a senior home where a friend of mine was doing church. And they started out the service, and they had all the people up to begin worship with them. I was in the back of the room, and suddenly they pushed play, and they were playing my CD and singing along to the hymn. So I knew at that moment, I got, this is your answer to the dream I had, which blew me away. So I knew that God was in the middle of this as well. So it's kind of 2 of the songs that my husband and I did before he passed away. One was What a Friend We Have in Jesus, and one was Rock of Ages. And I was able to
Rock of Ages,
yes.
Rock of Ages.
Do you remember that song?
From
Rock
the musical?
Rock of Ages, no, clap for me. Oh, David, you're so young. No,
I'm
Rock
thinking
of Ages.
the movie Rock of Ages, which was also a musical, but no, not that.
Now the
right.
old Rock of Ages, and Jimmy had actually done the music to that, and I found a little clip on his computer of him speaking before, so I put it in before the song. So part of him's on the CD as well. But this CD has been all over, actually the world. We've sent it's free to whoever wants a copy of it on my website. You can actually go on there and donate and get a copy, but it's for them too, and that they love it. They love to hear the music, and I've heard it now played in several different senior homes on Sunday morning.
Wow.
So I'm excited about that. Wow. Yeah, it's cool what God can do out of trials and tribulations, isn't it? Yeah.
A little side note, I noticed on the CD it says Lori Mac. Does anyone mistake you as a relative to Toby Mac?
No, my last name is McNamara, and it was always Jimmy Mac.
Yeah.
So I just, the friend that did the CD cover put that on there without me knowing. He's like, I like Lori Mac. And so it kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even think of Toby Mac. Does he spell it the same way?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So, okay, you got your book and you've got the CD. Do you have any upcoming events that you've got going on?
Well, we actually just had one, 320, and we we do senior, we do like gospel hours in some senior homes. We'll just go in with some musicians and play a bunch of gospel songs. Christmas time we do events. Easter's coming up, so my crew at my senior home, actually we've got 2 senior homes that we do services at. They will do Easter service for the residents. We also have, along with these resources, we're working on right now on a DVD series of sermons for the elderly.
Oh, wow.
So I've got guests that are coming in and actually sharing a message directed towards them, and then a music directed towards them as well that they can, activity directors can use in senior homes all over the U.S. and just plug it into a DVD, and they can have church right there if they don't have someone that can come in and do what we do.
Oh,
so
that's perfect.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
Wow.
It's going to be fun. But we need help. 320 always needs help. There's a shortage of volunteers, so that's
well, why don't you tell our people, our audience, what you need?
What I need?
Yeah, what do you need?
Which camera am I on?
You can tell me that.
Okay, I need a lot of volunteers. We need musicians. Musicians is huge. Someone that can come in and play guitar. Everyone loves to sing, but I need people that can actually bring music as well. And just behind the scenes, people set up, tear down. We need preachers. Anyone that's got a gift to teach and share the word and love on these people is what we need, and they can get a hold of me and be part of that. It's a wonderful ministry.
And how could they get a hold of you?
They can reach me on my website, 320ministries.org, or on Facebook. We have a Facebook page as well, or Lori McNamara. My page is public. You can meet me there as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Lori, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, David.
It was a pleasant story, and I love chatting with you.
Thank
my
you.
goodness. And everyone, please volunteer for 320 Ministries and help out Miss Lori McNamara, please. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. So I'll see you next week. Aloha. I'm David. That's Lori. Peace out, y'all.
Thanks for watching Faith in Vegas, a presentation of KEEN TV 17. We hope you've enjoyed today's program, and we'd love to hear your comments and suggestions for the show. You can contact KEEN TV 17 at the address on the screen.